Fuck! Hi everyone, and welcome to Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Tony Schiavone, Michael Cole, and Corey Graves here, and today on Friday Night Smackdown, we are going to see Father Yule here today. You know, the bearer of gifts. You know, Holy Fellow Nicholas, Santa Claus, or whatever you want to call him. We're going to be seeing him here today. You know, here today on Friday Night Smackdown, since we are in the 12th month, and it's Yule time for all the Christendom folk, Tony Schiavone said. Well, you got that right, Michael Cole says, and it's also the Gathering of Lights time for the Jewish folk out there. And soon, Michael Cole says, and soon, Corey Graves says, it will be the gathering of followership for the non-Christian black folk who live in the settled land in the 4-1 Reichs and the rest of the world. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. I, Santa Claus, known by the Dutch as Santa Claus, known by the Spanish folk as Papa Morale. Well, first one was a Spanish borrowed word there. Also known as Father Yule to sundry other folks. Or known as Holy Fellow Nicholas. Now, I come along bringing out gifts around Yule time. The grounds to why I do this is to onlook the greatest gift that was ever given to mankind and womankind since love and forgiveness and an afterlife was having a stead in heaven in one's afterlife through God and through Jesus. God so loved the world and so forgave the world for its sundry sins and misdeeds, even though God is all-knowing, all-seeing, almighty, and all righteousness and all holy. He is also all loving and all forgiving. He gave us his only Son, Jesus, who healed the sick and the wounded and the handicapped, the ones who taught folks how to show kindness and love and forgiveness to others, to also befriend folks and see good in them, even though they were sinners, both in their deeds and their thoughts. But Jesus saw good in them too. And also, God loved us so much, God was willing to have Jesus take on the handicap and weakening of sin, which is death. But Jesus loved us so much, he was willing to go through that. And God and Jesus had our sins atoned for, cleaned away, so we could be as clean as we once were, so we could have our stead in heaven through God and through Jesus. And now that's why I give out the gifts to unlock God for giving Jesus to us as a gift, to do what those wise men did when they gave Jesus gifts. And why were they so wise? Because they were wise enough not to tell Herod about where Jesus was, because they knew Herod was up to no good. So that's why I do what I do. And at the end of the day, that's why I do I do. And it's more, Tony Schiavone says, it's more from Disney's Mora, if I'm saying that Hawaiian borrowed name right or not. I want to wish you, Father Yule, or Santa Claus, or Holy Fellow Nicholas, or Papa Noel, whatever you want to call folks. Half of them are all borrowed names, except for Father Yule. I want to wish you a happy Yule. Well, thank you, Mora. And I want to wish you a happy Yule too. Why I come out here, Santa Claus, or Father Yule, or Holy Fellow Nicholas, is I come out here because I think that it would be good if I would get my match, another match or another fight with Seth Rollins for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings, and not have to yield into Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness that's coming up towards the end of this month. Well, Mora, Father Yule doesn't have any might or sway over the booking and writing here in the toy wrestling gathering. I never did and never will. Yes, I do got might, which is given to me by God Almighty and Jesus the Healer, teacher, and freer. But anyway, that does not have any oversight with booking or writing dough. So, but I can give you another gift. I can give you another gift. Do you want? Boing. Hey, Father Yule. I just want to say, Seth Rollins says, is that I think that it would be a good thing if you did have might or sway over the booking and writing here. Because I would like to give Mora another match for my TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings, and don't have to yield until Yule Madness, which is Jesus' birthday for the Christendom folk. So, can we have an early Yule gift? Well, or an early Gathering of Lights gift, or an early Gathering of Followership gift. We gotta keep in mind there are about 3 other holy days that go on in a 12th month. Well, like I told Mora, Seth, I have no sway or might over the booking and writing here. But I do want to wish you both a happy Yule, and for others, a happy Gathering of Lights, and for others, a happy Gathering of Followership, and for others, well, happy Boxing Day, if that is a thing. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule, Santa Claus. Happy Yule, Father Yule. Happy Yule, Holy Fellow Nicholas. Well, thank you. And may God and Jesus bless every one of you. Shit! Well, here's the thing, Seth. I don't have any, you want to give me another match for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings? Because at the end of the day, I only think that only Astronema or Corone can do that. Yes, and you're right, Astronema says. Shit, I can't stand up. You're right. I'm the only one that can do that. I'm the one that does have might and sway over the booking and writing here. So here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we, I'm thinking, alright, Seth Rollins and Mora, you can have a match here today on Friday Night Smackdown for the, TWF, heavyweight. And I'm thinking, no, well, you see, Seth Rollins and Mora, you're going to have to yield until Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness. But what I can do is, I can have Mora fight someone here today, and whoever wins between Mora and, we'll say, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, if you want to put him on that list, and whoever wins between those two will, have the right to face Seth Rollins at Christmas Chaos or Yule Madness for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Oh, says Astronema. So, Ecliptor says, we're gonna have that match and that fight's gonna happen now? Because I think it would be a good time, to let that match happen. Ecliptor goes, alright, Ecliptor, you're right. Gotta go. Well, we heard from Astronomer, Tony Schiavone says. Shit, don't stand up. Well, we heard from Astronomer, Tony Schiavone says, saying that the MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, has another match with Mora, and if he wins, then he gets the right, to fight Seth Rollins. Whoever gets the right to fight Seth Rollins for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings, Tony Schiavone says. And Michael Cole says right away, Maxwell Jacob Friedman falls down. Wakefulness is not a friend to anyone in the ring. Wakefulness is no one's friend. You can't spend time fucking around is no one's friend, Michael Cole says, because the Fight Lord goes down and Maxwell Jacob Friedman goes down. You know what? Corey Graves says Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, whatever you want to call him, he can't help he fell down. He can't help that that wakefulness is a thing that every wrestler in the toy wrestling gathering for at least 30 years had to deal with, either falling down in a ring, falling out of the ring. That's been going on for some time. And Maxwell Jacob Friedman with the body slam, Maxwell Jacob Friedman with the body slam, and he can't help that, Corey Graves. No one can help that. He can't help that, Michael Cole. No one can help that. The bind of wakefulness that every doll in the TWF has gone for at least 30 years. And I hope Maxwell Jacob Friedman beats Mora, Corey Graves says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Tony Schiavone says. I can tell you one thing. Mora got the upper hand on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or MJF. She's going to do the Hawaii drop on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Tony Schiavone said. And why we call it the Hawaii drop? Because she's from Hawaii's right. That she's Hawaiian. And she's the firstborn of Hawaii's right. And that's right, Michael Cole says. She's, Mora is Hawaiish, not Samoish. So we'd be calling it the Hawaii drop. And here comes the Hawaii spike on Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Maxwell Jacob Friedman is going, looks like Maxwell Jacob Friedman is going to get beat here today, Michael Cole says, on Friday Night Smackdown. We'll see what happens. 1, 2, and only a kick out. And Mora is going to get ready to do the Hawaii strike again, and she misses, and Maxwell Jacob Friedman just dropped her down with the hold that he does. What he does. And look, he put his feet on the rope, and the Fight Lord didn't see it. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And then the right to fight Seth Rollins for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF stole this win here today, and he had his feet on the ropes, and sadly, the fight overling did not see it, Tony Schiavone said. Yes, it seems once again it was a mishap of it was a mishap of right going on here. Michael Cole says that if the fight overling would have saw his feet on the rope, would have saw his feet on the rope, then there would have been no way that he would have won the match, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, Michael Cole said it was a mishap of right that happened. Sadly, the Fight Lord was looking down to see if Mora's arms and legs were down and didn't look up to see if Maxwell Jacob Friedman was hanging off the ropes or not, Michael Cole says. Well, I could tell you one thing, Tony and Michael. Mora can bitch all she wants or rants all she wants, but Maxwell Jacob Friedman is the winner. Yeah, Corey Graves says. Yeah, that is true. He's a winner, Corey Graves said. And how much bitching and ranting you two do, Tony and Michael. How much bitching and ranting Mora does. It won't shift the truth that Maxwell Jacob Friedman beat her here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Well, now take it away to Renee Young now. Tony Schiavone says, thank you, Tony Schiavone and Michael Cole. I'm going to be talking with MJF, or Maxwell Jacob Friedman, as he also likes to be called by. Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I guess you can say that you got your two-diff Gathering of Lights gift, even though you have 8 days and 8 nights of it. First off, Renee Young, I did get my early Gathering of Lights gift for this year, and Gathering of Lights Harry didn't have to bring it to me. Neither did Father Yule. I beat Mora, and now Seth Rollins will have to deal with me because I'm coming after you, Seth Rollins, and soon I will be a 3-time TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. And if folks think I'm bad as the AEW heavyweight fighter, imagine how bad I'd be when I become the 3-time TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Well, you cheated to win that match. Renee Young, I did not cheat to win that match. Alright, the fight overling didn't see my feet on the ropes. That's not my bind. And you know what? I'm the winner. You gotta do what you gotta do in this world. Need be it not be sinful and unlawful, but you gotta do what you gotta do in this world. So a happy Gathering of Lights to me. Well, that's my talk with Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or MJF. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Michael Cole. Thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Maxwell Jacob Friedman here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And that's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. Tony Schiavone, Michael Cole, Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow.